Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's JANG here with a look at the LEGO Creator Lakeside Lodge. This is a 3-in-1 build, and I will be showing you all 3 builds in this one video. But for a change, I won't be starting with this build. I'll be starting with one of the other versions. They call this build the observatory, and this is nice. Good size, very believable looking. You know, it's something that I could see being sold as a set. Just in and of itself. It doesn't look like an alternate build. It looks like a purpose-designed build. I like that. It looks complete. It looks proper. It looks like it was meant to be. Even the stuff out in the front looks pretty nice with just the few little green plates that they use there, and the little, could be a potted plant or could be just a plant that's growing up interestingly. And the observatory part is really just a single telescope up on the roof. I think this is supposed to represent access to get up there. It looks a little bit dangerous because you do have to climb out, and the steps are quite far apart, but the general idea is, you take your minifig and then you just make them climb up to the top, and then there's a nice telescope build. Smart use of parts there. Simple enough, but works well enough. Yeah. Almost looks like it's supposed to be one of those, it's like it's got a kind of a parabolic receiver set up there, like one of those devices that's used for listening to sound from great distances away. But it's cool. It's all right. I just like the overall look of this thing and how large and complete it looks. Nice chimney stack set up over here, and this one is able to open up. You see the hinges are on this side, so we'll open it up from this side. Not a lot going on the inside of this one. It's interesting that you actually step up on the outside and then you step down on the inside. So it's got a proper threshold set up there, a little bit of foundation around the edge, and this really just has the table off in the corner. It's not bad for so little detail that's used there. And I appreciate how they used this wedge plate piece that's actually extending the little tan line around the entire base of the whole thing, and they just brought it in and used it as a little bit of interior detail. This is pretty cool. This alternate build, I won't be shy about saying I don't like as much. The design of it looks a little bit jumbled to me. Have a little bit of tough time understanding what they're doing from an architectural perspective. Still have the log elements sticking out on the sides. That makes sense. Got a little bit of beach area down here. It's either coming up to a beach or a little bit of a lake, I guess. Either way, it's a beach, whether it's on the ocean or on a lake. The entranceway is pretty cool. It's nice little shaping around here, and I especially appreciate the little torch, the lamp that's outside, which I'm assuming is supposed to be fire, an actual torchiere or something like that. It's using actual fire. It still looks pretty respectable from different angles as well, so that is always appreciated. You don't have any side that looks ugly or that looks like it's not supposed to be looked at. And when I open this up, see the interior is actually done quite well for its size and for the number of parts. That was a good choice there, putting basically a small little table onto the side by using the inverted 2x2 slope piece, and you got a perfectly good looking chair and a little desk space over there, an inkwell and a letter to be written, and the fish as a trophy up on the wall. So that's actually pretty cool. Not a big fan of the exterior detail, but it's a good use of parts, and it's something different. And now finally for the real deal, the #1 build that uses all of the parts in the entire set. What I like most about this version is that the terrain is not fully squared off, and they've actually gone all the way around 2 edges with kind of the little beach area over there that has some kind of faux curving to it. They've curved around the greenery here like they did on one of the other builds, and they've also curved around the water area. It just makes it feel more natural, makes it feel more like it's a slice of nature that's just kind of been sliced off from underneath just a little bit. And when you spin this thing around, you see that it goes back to just a typical squared off pair of edges back here, but the level of detail is still really good here. Good chimney, good solid chimney with lots of windows all around the thing. Little bits of details, just enough, just little bits of color change around so it's not too boring. They once again have the ends of the logs, giving that kind of log cabin kind of look to it. Speaking of logs, we've got some wood that's being chopped up here. That looks pretty cool. They used the nougat color on the top with those tile pieces to represent the cut ends of those pieces of wood. Just a little bit of kind of gravel around here. I really like how they did this fire pit here. Maybe studs would have been better, just to me personally, on the top rather than tiles, but this is nice and low. Everything kind of feels all embedded into the ground, and the fish is right there. It's like it's in the coals, so that's pretty nice. Got the nice detailing around the side. Again, more windows, just total coverage of windows, and just a little bit of nice lamp right there. Just wanted to straighten that up a little bit. Got your single minifig accessory with the shovel. It's just attached there, and you can attach other things. Got the horns that are set up over here, or maybe they're supposed to represent just antlers of something. And then he's got his own little fishing pier, the minifigure, his own personal fishing pier with a couple more of those logs or just pieces of wood that have been chopped up. And he's got a nice chair that you can just set up there, and he's got his fishing pole. And I love these lily pads. That is perfection. Yes. It's so good. It's so nice. The pail, you could use that over on the beach section to be something for shaping up some sand, but I think it's supposed to be for whatever fish that he catches, so he uses that to bring it in. The door, of course, you can see opens outwards, but I already saw a little bit of a preview of how the entire thing opens up. On this side of the build, they've once again used the corner wedge plate piece to create a corner table. I like that. There's the bed, looks comfortable, nice coloring there. And then the chimney actually extends up from a stove, not just a fireplace, but a stove. And look at that, he's got a cracked egg in the pan right there. They just took another one of those flower pieces and just stuck it in there. That's perfect. Why didn't I think of that? It's a really good idea. I mean, it doesn't have any egg white around it, but just imagine that, he broke the yolk a little bit. It works really well. And there's just a little shelf on the side built into the wall with a couple of things that can just be held there with the ever-present coffee mug and just a container for who knows what. And then there's the moose. Now, if you came to this video just for the moose, well, props to you, and give yourself a shout out down in the comments. And I'm sorry for keeping you waiting till the end, unless you skipped, in which case, boo. Hey, it's a moose. Check it out. It looks pretty cool. I like it. I appreciate the proper build. Look at those legs. Those legs are made with little clip arm hand pieces, and upside down, what are those? Those are black. They go this way. Black ice cream cone pieces. They're with the bar ends entered into the clip kind of hand pieces, and then they use those same nougat colored medium dark flesh colored tiles that are used for wood to represent the hooves on this. That is nice, and you can get it into a walking pose like that, or just have it in a boring, straight up and down pose. The head is done pretty nicely. The antlers are done pretty nicely. The extra mane up towards the front, the darker area, is done pretty nicely. I like this a lot. It's quite adorable. Notice that the body is built like this, right? That's the underside down there, and they built all the way up. This is all studs facing what for us now is up, or what for us now is to the right. And then they just clip on the head as a separate direction of build. Very nice. To be honest, I find this entire set very, very satisfying. Yeah, I didn't like that second build, the smallest build, as much as the other ones, but all of them are good. This is just all good. They got some details on the insides. It's difficult for them to do that because they need to keep the parts count down to keep these things from being too expensive for what they are, but I'm just really happy with this. They did some stuff that's a little bit different, and it just makes me happy. Let me know what you think. How does this make you feel, the entire set, thinking about all three builds, or just whichever one is your favorite be sure to leave your thoughts and a comment on the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.